Brahmacharya and Ashrama Dharma. Any practice in Brahmacharya depends on the stage of life of the individual. The Vedas divide our life into 4 different stages called the ashramas. They are Brahmacharya Ashrama, Grihastha Ashrama, Vanaprastha Ashrama and Sannyasa Ashrama. Brahmacharya Ashrama is a stage of being a student. The first stage traditionally used to the period of living with the Guru as a student, that is Brahmachari, and learning scripture as well as the practical skills necessary for life. Brahmacharya literally means walking in Brahman or towards Brahman. During this phase, which could start as early as the age of 8 and last approximately to the age of 28, the student has to serve his master and live a life of discipline and chastity. Brahman means the absolute, Chara means movement. Thus, in this stage of life, a brahmachari focuses his attention with a firm mind to acquire the knowledge and the path to realize the Brahman. The brahmachari will be controlling all other thoughts and will be fixing the mind only on one thought, that is the thought of Brahman. Grihastha Ashrama. After completing his studies, the student usually marries and thus enters the Grihastha stage. Griha means house. Grihastha Ashrama is the stage of being a householder. In Grihastha Ashrama, any law, rule or principle to practice Brahmacharya by a householder should be according to the lifestyle of the householder. During this period, the husband and the wife strive to earn wealth and have children. It is the time when most of the Purusharthas, the 4 chief objectives of life as laid down by the Vedas, are achieved. These 4 Purusharthas are Kama, that is desire, Artha, that is wealth, Dharma, that is righteousness, and Moksha, that is liberation. Of these 4 Purusharthas, the first 3, that is Kama, Artha and Dharma, are all meant to be fulfilled during the stage of Grihastha. Desires and wishes are to be realized through the enjoyment of material. Wealth as well as having sex and children as a natural part of the married life. Kama and Artha are seen as interconnected, and both can only find fulfillment under the rules of Dharma, that is the righteousness. That means the acquisition of wealth has to be always through the righteous means and for the welfare of the society and even of all creation. Therefore, the duties of the householder include a variety of prayers, sacrifices and rituals, a lot of social service such as hospitality, feeding the poor, charity, protecting the weak and powerless, etc. This makes clear that accumulating and enjoying wealth are not the main objectives of this period of Grihastha Ashrama. In this state, the attraction of being wealthy is more in being able to give gifts and help those in need. The householder's duty is to acquire a certain amount of wealth, at least enough to take care of his family. But being wealthy mainly means extra opportunities for sacrifice and charity, thus creating a good karma for the giver. Yet enjoyment is certainly not despised but as a legitimate part of life. Throughout the stage of Grihastha, the householder, while performing the duties of this dharma, has to fix its mind on Brahman, the Absolute. Vanaprastha, the stage of a forest dweller. The next stage as described by the Vedas is Vanaprastha. After having discharged their family duties, the husband and the wife go to the forest to dedicate themselves to their sadhana, the spiritual practice. This could lead to the final stage of sannyasa, that is the renunciation. Sannyasashrama, the stage of renunciation. With the consent of his wife, the husband can become a sannyasin and give up all worldly property and attachment to prepare himself for shedding his body and becoming one with the divine. All the other goals such as fulfillment of desire, wealth and righteousness are abandoned at this stage to realize the fourth and the final stage, that is moksha, the liberation from the cycle of birth and death.